got the intro this time.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome to the third installment of the Newsies Podcast, where we talk about
Everything but the news.
Yeah, everything but the news. In this installment, Jesse here is turning 21 today. So we will be getting incoherently drunk off of a bottle of monkey shit.
Monkey shoulder, bro.
Monkey shoulder.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I've never had it before. It's very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
So we're going to see how much of that we can do. And we're going to talk about the news today. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Donald Trump is shutting down the government for years.
What if he did?
Yeah. I'm not making a face. I don't make a face when I drink. That was just...
Stone cold.
I had to sneeze.
Stay stone cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
It's so weird. I want it to happen. Not the wall. I want it to stay...
I just want it to be Mad Max in this bitch.
Exactly. I want it to stay shut down. So that it can just stay shut down. And, like, all the people at the airport don't get paid. And airports just shut down. And all of us just create our own little government. Like, I want the United States to go into, like, a state of anarchy because of this dude.
What do you call it? It's not the United States anymore. When we, like...
The divided dudes.
What if you look at the map and there's all the countries and they're appropriately named, they're maturely named, but then, like, America is just called the divided dudes.
That sounds like a fucking sick rock band, dude. The divided dudes.
Everybody has tattoos here.
You think Peter Parker has to be careful at concerts? Because, like, that's the thing that, like, he does webs. He, like, throws up a rock symbol and he accidentally, like, webs someone in the eyeball.
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's how he loses his identity at a fucking rock concert.
Yeah, he could never go to a rock concert.
Yeah. I met someone the other day who couldn't do the rock symbol.
What are you...
She was like doing this. Like, her fingers couldn't get in that position. And I was thinking...
Why not?
I don't know. Her tendons are fucked up. I don't know why. But I was thinking, dude, if you got bit by a radioactive spider and you became Spider-Man, you'd be useless. It would suck. Because you wouldn't even be able to get your hand.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to make just that particular... But, like, I never make this on a day-to-day basis. It's not like...
No, but I'm saying you would if you were Spider-Man. If you get, you would want to, at least. If you have fucked up hands. Like, imagine being an amputee and then getting bitten by that spider, but you don't get to have that power now because you're an amputee.
He just has his arms cut off, and they're just spraying out of the end constantly. You're like, fuck! I wish I could control
You can't
this.
control it. I should mention, neither of us have eaten that much today.
Yeah.
I ate very little.
I'm in such a bizarre mood. Like, such an interesting... I went out last night with you guys. We stayed up late.
It was awesome. It was great.
It was fucking amazing. The Italian restaurant was fucking incredible. The walk home, just actually, the atmosphere that we set because of how classy we looked and just us as individuals, every place that we went, the place got better.
Yeah.
Like, the place was shitty before, and then when we walked in, we brought, like, laughter and fun and class to every area.
It really reminded me of my family in a lot of ways.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, this is my little my family right here. Like, I've never had, like... Did
your family ever do that? Mine did. We would go to restaurants all dressed up, and we would, like, scream laughing. You know, the Italian family that takes up the 20-chair table and just screams in the middle of the restaurant.
My family was a family, definitely. Like, we had days and nights where my mom made us big dinners and, like, it was fun. But it was also always very, like, suppressed. It was very, like, there wasn't a lot of, like, screaming laughter and, like, real goofiness. and the family was always very like kind of reserved, which I think is why I fucking enjoy just screaming, laughing, and
I can't even imagine you
shit,
like
bro.
in the situation of a reserved person. Like I can't see you in that skin.
I mean, I'm sometimes reserved, like around like new groups of people, but then I eventually, me around you, I'm like actually never.
Yeah, I mean reserved isn't exactly the right word. Like when I'm saying reserved, I'm thinking of like the negative kind of connotation.
Kind of like suppressed.
Yeah, like that type of reserved. You know, 'cause that's
I used to be
like.
pretty suppressed. I used to like be like very fucking tense.
Oh, me too, bro.
You know, like very,
me too.
very tense. And
yeah.
Just learning how to fucking.
I think one of the things that got me out of that was acting. Because I used to be so robotic. When I came out to this city, that was the main thing that everybody kept telling me. Like, dude, you can't act. Like, look at you.
What?
You're robotic. Like, look at... My first agent told me that. He
Really?
didn't tell me I couldn't act. But he was like, dude, you've got a lot to work on. He was right. I mean, he was right.
Yeah.
I was like a bored.
Yeah.
You know? And now not so much.
I hated it because I was so tense and kind of suppressed that I would go into new situations and I could feel my tension literally making other people tense. You know what I mean? Like, and I would make the situation
absolutely
comfortable, and I fucking hated it. And I didn't know how to be loose, though. I didn't know, like, I felt like...
Yeah, you don't know how. That's your natural state of being.
I completely forgotten about it. Like, I'd completely forgotten how to be just fucking fun and loose and, like, just have a fucking good time. Because I think I've just been grinding and working and stuck in this survival mode. And, like, when you're in survival mode, which survival mode is a real thing. It's this place you go where you're reserved. You don't connect with anybody because connecting with people takes energy, and it's like, I don't know, you close off everything and you focus on like, all right, I need to get food and whatever, you know? And so when you're stuck in that mode, though, you can't have any fun. Like, you can't get into a party and just fucking, unless you drink a good
because
amount.
you have to. Like, you have to. Like, your mind has to switch to being conservative. I hate having little money. It sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks because you will be in survival mode, like what you're talking about, and you just won't be able to.
Actually, you know what? To be honest, I think where I'm at now in my life, I think I'd use that as an excuse to be in survival mode. But now I'm like loose no matter what. I'm like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Like, even if I'm broke, like I'm just like, I'm gonna enjoy life. I'm gonna be loose. I'm gonna go do, you know, whatever and be myself and laugh, even if my whole fucking world is on fire. You know, I'm gonna handle my shit to the most that I can, and beyond that, it's like there's no reason. Like, say you're gonna solve a problem in your life. Stress does not help you solve the problem. Being stressed and tense, and like, in fact, it makes you less creative when you're stressed.
There are different kinds of stress. You know, there's a positive stress, definitely. You know, I think it's called something. There actually is like a name for positive stress. Euro stress, something like that. But it's
European stress.
European stress.
I heard those Europeans really know how to stress.
Oh, dude, they know how to stress, and they know how to stretch. They're fucking amazing people.
Stretch?
What was I saying? I don't know. Did they invent yoga?
No way.
Who invented yoga?
I've never talked to a British person and like heard them say, "I really like to do yoga."
Well, that's British. That's not Europe. Britain is not Europe.
It's not.
It's like it's not my idea of Europe.
Up to this, I mean, it's still.
Like, Britain is Britain.
Is it still like kind of in the same ballpark at least?
No, it's fucking Britain, bro. It's where everybody's dry and they don't know how to talk.
Really?
So they talk like assholes. Britain is more like China than like Europe to me. Like, Europe is a super open place. The thing that I'm thinking of France. I'm thinking of Italy. I'm thinking of like Western Europe. Yeah, I'm not thinking like those places are very open.
Where even is Britain? I'm not good at geography. Stop.
I'm staring at you not because I'm angry at you. I'm staring at you because I also don't know. We have a map on the wall over there. Yeah. Check it out. Where is it? Where's Britain at? Where's the UK? Where's London? It should be on the west coast there somewhere. Look by Portugal.
Oh yeah. It's like
It's
like above France.
Wait, it's fucking part of it? I thought it was an island.
No, it's above France.
Is it an island?
Yeah, the United Kingdom.
Wait, is it an island though?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, so it's separate.
Kind of barely. It's barely an island.
Well, okay, I still don't regard them as Europe. What?
Yeah. So you got the UK and you got Ireland, like right connected to it. Ireland's sick. I like Ireland.
Ireland, yeah. I also don't consider that. Is that Europe? What's Ireland? Is that Europe?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know what the
How
definition
big is
of
Europe?
What is Europe?
Yeah, what is Europe? It's a continent, but like, how big is the fucking continent?
You want to hear something weird?
No. Yes.
Just making sure. So Ireland, Switzerland, Norway, New Zealand. There's probably another one. I all kind of like just swap those out in my mind. Like they're all kind of the same thing for some reason in my mind. Like I don't know how to distinguish. I know it's weird.
Switzerland?
Ireland, Switzerland. Like they're for some reason.
They're not even close.
I think it's because they're all in the land. So I just.
Fucking yikes.
Right?
Wow. I used one. Yeah. That's weird.
I don't know why.
That's weird. Ireland and Switzerland are very different things. The way I understand Ireland is that they drink. That's the only thing I understand about Ireland.
Like
and then the Scots drink more.
A lot of water?
No. Like alcohol.
Oh. Well, they probably drink water too.
I imagine probably some of them don't drink water. They just
Why
drink
not?
alcohol.
Okay, listen. The more alcohol you drink, the more water you need.
Yeah, we actually talked about this.
Like I had a whole
Water is
gallon
the
of
basic
alkaline water.
Mhm.
It's an ingredient. Do you what?
Water is like the base ingredient of alcohol. You know, it's a
Yeah.
liquid. So
I know,
you
but it doesn't
technically-
hydrate you.
Does it?
Well, water does, but alcohol doesn't.
Does it not though? Like I know you pee a lot of it out.
When I drink alcohol, my pee is really yellow.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's sucking water out of my body, even though there's water in it.
But I'm sure there are people out there who like just drink straight out. Yes, there are people out there who drink straight alcohol. When we the guys who used to sail, right, in like the 1600s. I'm gonna say 1600s.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Christopher.
Shout out to Christopher.
It was more 1400s.
In the 1400s.
Maybe? I don't know. When did Christopher
Whatever the
Columbus
fuck year
jump over?
Christopher Columbus 2010.
Fucking Spain.
Christopher Columbus
I'm a
2010.
sail!
Alright, whatever it is.
I'm sailing this way, guys! Woo!
But when they used to take those voyages, they were like 6-month voyages, right? Or a year voyages.
Could you imagine? That'd be
insane. But they
really
couldn't
cool.
bring water. They couldn't bring water.
Really?
And the reason was because water gains bacteria over time. It'll get hot and it'll get moldy and it'll get fucked up. But alcohol won't.
That's fucking sick.
So they used to bring alcohol, and that was the only thing they drank for 6 months.
And
so
they
there are people, you can survive on straight alcohol.
But the funniest thing about that is they didn't even know it was bad for you. Like their science
No.
was so
They're
primitive
like
back
fucking
then.
5-year-olds
They
on
were
those
like
things.
everybody 400 years ago was 5 years old until they died.
And that was not even that recent. That was like, I mean, it's not even that. There's stuff more recent that's like that too. Like my grandfather was drinking at 4 years old. My grandfather was drunk every single Sunday.
I'd say, what if you could like guess where humanity's at right now? Are we like teenagers right now? Where are we? What are we doing? The collective humanity. Are we like...
Collective humanity is very different than collective America.
Let's go collective America, then let's expand.
Collective America teenagers, yes. This is something my dad always
What kind
said.
of teenagers?
High schoolers.
I know that. Well, I mean,
I think we're definitely stuck in a high school era here.
I know, but okay. So you go into a high school. Which high schooler is America? Like, which cliche archetype high schooler is America?
Trent. Fuck that guy.
Fuck Trent,
Fuck
bro.
him, dude.
Just fucking lifting weights, but it's
Logan.
he's just doing 30-pounders, but he's doing them really fast. And he's
he's just fucking
staring at his biceps.
Supersetting them.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Getting a hard on.
Yeah.
Somehow. Blood's rushing to two different spots.
That's genuinely impressive.
Yeah. It's like, wow, dude. I can see why people hook
Which
on
is
to
kind
this.
of like America. It's like, wow, you are genuinely impressive and retarded at the same time.
Yes, absolutely.
Stupid. I don't know.
Dodge a bullet there. That is working its magic.
This is a great whiskey.
Yikes.
So fucking good.
I think we can do better than that. I think we can just keep going until we die.
Blended malt Scotch whiskey.
Like, what's the worst that can happen? We're on the first floor. Like, if we jump out, we break an ankle.
Maybe.
Maybe. And there's screens on the windows. Like,
Yeah.
it would be hard to break out of here. And even if we did, we'll break an ankle. And it's on footage, which is cool.
So, interesting thing about alcohol bars, getting drunk.
Alcohol bars? You mean just a bar? It's a regular bar?
Like, no, I'm just talking about the scene that is a bar, like bars,
Gotcha.
like cliche bars, like going the ritual of going and getting drunk with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Ancient Greece used to throw festivals dedicated to the primal man. There'd be like giant fucking orgies. Like they honored the desires that we demonize in America.
Some tribes still do, yeah.
Which is fucking healthy and appropriate to
Yeah.
acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And I think the closest thing America has in our country is the idea of getting shit-faced and handing yourself, I think when you get drunk, you hand yourself to your primal self. And it's like this interesting,
Absolutely.
it's the closest thing to a ritual we have here in America that acknowledges the primal.
Mm. Yeah, that's totally true. Never thought of it in that way. But it is the closest thing to a ritual that we have here. It's the only real ritual we have here, other than getting high. Because that's becoming more and more of a thing. But
yeah, but
that's a different type of ritual. But a ritual
Yeah.
that celebrates being primal. Yeah, alcohol.
It's the only real thing that's like acknowledges the want to get fucked up, the want to fuck, the want to, have that feeling.
How weird is that? How
and there's an entire industry around it.
Yeah, how weird
And it's
is it
accepted.
how much different things like wanting to fuck become once you're inebriated? Like, it becomes a
It's
totally
completely
different
okay.
It's totally okay. Whereas, like, when you're not inebriated, there's this whole societal, like, phew, definitely not. But then they also advertise a bunch of alcohol. And it's like they're not exactly saying it in the alcohol commercials, but they know that's what it does to you.
That's what it does.
That's what it does. It's ecstasy. It's ecstasy
It's
in
some
liquid.
sort of feeling. Yeah, it's a feeling. Euphoria. They're
Yeah.
selling, I don't know, primal.
They're selling euphoria. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's weird to me the laws that exist. Like you can't drink in the commercials. Like you can't actually drink
Really?
the alcohol. Yeah. Did you notice how like in no alcohol commercial does anybody ever drink the alcohol? They just stand there with it.
That's so
Which is
dumb.
like, what's the point? They're fucking drinking it. Like, of course they're drinking it. You know?
Let's be honest here.
Let's be honest, dude. Be honest with ourselves. Be honest with our kids. Let's get our kids drinking alcohol.
Fuck yes.
Fuck
And that's my main point
Let's just get kids to drink alcohol.
I am running for president, and I am running on the sole. This is the only thing I'll do in office in the 4 years. Make it legal for babies to drink.
Good night, America.
That's what we are. We're babies.
Babies?
We're babies.
How are we babies? Explain this concept to me and give me your glass.
Okay.
Give me your
tumbler. I want you to tell me. What is a baby?
A baby is an infant.
Well, you just swapped, okay, sure. Well, describe the characteristics of a baby. Well, sure, you're right. Technically, I guess. But describe the characteristics of a baby.
A baby is a small person with a little brain.
Okay. You are not helping to prove my point. What the
fuck? What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Okay, a baby is like...
I've been so confused.
A baby just doesn't know fucking anything, right? Mm-hmm. They're just this... A baby doesn't know anything.
Right.
It's this fucking human that's just staring up at everybody, okay, actually, let's pause this conversation for a second. The baby in Ralph's today. Creepy as fuck, right?
Okay.
Creepy as fuck.
Okay, alright, listen to me. The thing that happened was that alright, let me explain this story.
Okay.
There was a baby in a stroller as we were walking today. And you saw this baby in the stroller. I wasn't paying attention to the baby. You saw the baby, and 10 steps later, you went, that was a weird fucking baby. And I was like, what do you mean that's a weird baby?
No, I was in the Frozen section.
Yeah, we were
just giggling, that baby was weird as fuck.
Yeah, you were just dying, and I was like, give me a minute. So I walked back to where the produce was, and I looked at the produce. It was totally fake. It was just so that I could get a good look at the baby. And I looked at this baby, but he had a side profile. He was looking sideways. And it looked like a full-grown man.
It was a full-grown man baby.
It was a full-grown man.
It was a man baby.
In a stroller.
I would not be surprised if I looked the baby in the eyes and he said, how are you?
Bro.
I'd be like, I knew it.
Bro, he had a full haircut. It was...
Well,
perfect.
The weirdest thing about the baby...
And his face was it was
really
face.
pale.
It was older
and
than
the
my
baby
face.
looked like he had seen some shit.
Yeah.
The baby looked like he'd been through some stressful tax situations.
He had a look on his face.
He had been
I hate this world. I hate my mother.
Man, just got finished with Dostoevsky. His novel.
What's that?
He's a...
I don't know it.
He's an old...
That's a really obscure reference, man.
He's an old, philosopher.
Oh. Yeah.
He's very profound.
You could have said
really.
Play-Doh. I think more people would have connected with Play-Doh.
I love Play-Doh, man.
Play-Doh is fucking amazing. Wait, do you mean actual Play-Doh?
Playing with that shit.
No. I'm talking about Play-Doh, the philosopher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You get it at the 99-cent store, bro.
That's a great fucking book.
You can get fucking all 3 colors at the 99-cent store for so cheap. And you can just fucking build little snowmen, but they're Play-Doh men. They're not snowmen.
We're not friends anymore after that.
Fuck yeah, cheers to that.
I could have broken the glass just now. That was a strong click.
I dropped this on cement once, and it didn't break.
What if I just dropped it right now? I just throw it. Why were we talking about babies though? I feel like we need to cycle back to because you said pin this argument.
Yeah.
What was
so
going
an
on?
argument is like a balloon, and I pinned it, and it just floated away, and I don't remember what I was talking
what the fuck were we talking about? We were talking about babies. Where are you going? Picking up the balloon that was what we were talking about? Tell me what it was, Jesse.
All right,
Tell me what it was.
Us right now, as human beings, 20-year-old human beings, we are babies. We don't know shit. That's what I was trying to get at, man. We don't know anything. We don't fucking know anything. Like, we're just advanced babies. We can just move our fingers and shit, but like besides that, we really don't know anything. This world is ridiculous. This world is absurd. And I think the only reason that we're like friends and like get each other is because we understand how fucking absurd.
How stupid it is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Being alive is fucking insane. And we're all playing this game. We're going to work. We're fucking jerking off, and we're like talking to each other.
How stupid is jerking off?
And at any point in time, I feel like looking at someone in the eyes and be like, "This is fucking crazy."
Is stupid.
We're alive, bro.
This is insane.
I every single day, I am so amazed and indescribably taken back by the fact that I'm a human being on a planet. What the fuck does that mean?
I love the way you brought that up the first time we talked about it, and the way you brought it up since. Like, we were like making noises at each other, right? I was like at the stove. You were about to leave the house, right? And I was like, you wut like, goodbye. And I looked at you and I looked like, cuckoo-choo-choo! Like I just made a noise at you. And you did like another one at me. Like you went, put up a ball. Like we just made noises at each other.
And then I walked out the door. Instead of saying goodbye like normal people.
Exactly. And then you walked back and went, I feel like what we just did is because of our both acknowledging how absurd this whole thing is.
The acknowledgement of the absurdity.
Yeah, exactly. Which is
why we're such goofballs. It's like, why, like, every fucking day we're just doing weird shit.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. It's like, alright, we're in this game. Whatever the fuck love means, I know that I love the fucking human beings around me. And we're just going to play with it. We're going to play with reality. We're going to enjoy the fuck out of this. Because that is the most appropriate thing to do with absurdity.
You know what I think has changed my life majorly?
Wow.
Going from full-time to part-time at work. I think that has changed my life. Because my life now centers around what life is. Whereas my life before centered around work.
Yeah.
That's different.
Man, I feel that. And I am stuck in the 9-to-5 grinder now. And I'm getting the fuck out of it. It is a cheese grater to the soul. And nobody should have to do that. It is inhumane. I don't care what people say, what they say about a 9-to-5, what it provides. Fuck you. You have a life on this planet. You have been gifted the gift of existence. You should not work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your existence. I don't give a fuck who you are. Fuck off and go enjoy life. Go drink. Go fucking have fun. Go laugh. Go smoke. Go whatever. But don't.
Or be noble. Be noble. Be good to people. Give to charity. Give to those things. Create a company. Do something. Do something.
Do something. That's not just like
because you have a life. Do you know how much life is worth?
Man. It is the most worth. It is the most meaningful thing to exist.
And then if you're going to sit there the entire time of that life,
you get a gift and it's squandered.
This tiny little thing.
I don't care how fucking good your job is.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit how good your job is. If you do 40 hours a week and you're not spending time with people you love, or the job that you're doing is kind of meaningless, like it's not reducing the overall suffering in the world, it's a waste. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck how much money you make. Fuck you. If you're a CEO of whatever, like go have some fun, man. Relax. It's all a game. It's all a fucking weird game. And enjoy the shit out of it. Don't stress. Smoke a little weed. Drink a little alcohol. Make some good friends. And just fucking...
Let's talk about drugs.
Okay.
Let's talk about drugs and their effect on us. So...
Okay.
Weed?
Let's really break down what a drug is.
Okay.
A drug just changes... Man, we're blowing through that shit, and it's very appropriate.
Nice.
Happy 21st birthday to me.
Happy 21, man. I'll be 21. By the way, I'll be 21 in 18 days. Ago. Yeah. I'll be 21.
The police jump out of the cell phone. Stop that right now!
I'll be 21 in 18 days, which means, holy fuck, we're probably gonna do this again. I'm going to Vegas.
I really should go to Vegas as well.
You should come with me.
Especially after the rant I just did.
And also, like, we're just going to, we'll have a hotel, and we'll talk about this personally.
Okay.
But, you know, you won't have to, like, do a bunch of shit. You know?
I don't know what that means, but okay. What were we talking about directly before that? Drugs. Okay. So what a drug is, it's literally just something. So you wake up in the morning, right? Mm-hmm. You wake up, you open your eyes, you roll out of bed, maybe you have your little routine, you go and you make a cup of coffee, you think about your day, what you're going to do. That's reality. The only thing a drug does, that window that you're looking through, this window right here, it changes it, it distorts it. It just, you know, your perspective is malleable, and it's kind of beautiful that it's malleable. And every drug is this different little, like maybe your mind, your perspective is Play-Doh, right? And the drug comes in and it fucking stretches out that Play-Doh, and you, like for alcohol, for example, you drink it and time slows down and there's a little bit of euphoria and it's easy to laugh and kind of be loose. Weed, like it's more intensive, like thinking, and your brain jumps to different places kind of sporadically, and it changes. Whatever it is, and LSD is this really intense, like. It's a drug is the hands that stretch apart your consciousness to make you see reality differently. That's all a drug is. It just changes the way you see life.
Absolutely.
And it's so weird how
it's so weird.
It's demonized.
It's so weird.
It's so, because it is the thing that should not be demonized. It is the thing that should be, I mean,
at least.
Obviously, cocaine makes you a little bit fucking stupid. Like that. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
There's offensive drugs. I think there's like heroin, meth, cocaine.
Well, cocaine I've done maybe 15 times, and it's never done anything to me. So
I mean, that's a
so drugs,
you're an anomaly as far as cocaine.
Different drugs do different things to different people.
Yeah.
Right. So all of those things you have to factor in. Cocaine, personally, I have a high tolerance to most things. I have a high tolerance to alcohol, although now I'm feeling...
It's so good.
Yeah. Cocaine, specifically, I have done 15 different times. And as we spoke about in the last episode, I had plenty strong stuff. It didn't do anything to me.
You just didn't feel it. You snorted it and you didn't feel it.
To me. Nothing. But again, it's like steroids.
Yeah.
It does. It's like working out. It's like a diet. It does different things for different people. Who you are, what your anatomy is, defines what your body will take and what it will not. Right?
Interesting, yeah.
So
very interesting.
For instance, psychedelics.
Yeah.
For me, far above everything else. In experience.
Psychedelics are crazy for me.
Not only do I love them, but I'm able to control them more than most other people or any other person I've ever done psychedelics with.
Really?
Yeah. Whereas weed, and this is weird, weed, I get fucked up off of one hit.
You cannot control that shit, which is so weird.
This is the way I've always described it. When I smoke weed, the person that is me, gets put to the back of my head, and I'm seeing out the eyes of somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm looking out the eyes.
Really? So it's very, like, disassociative?
Incredibly disassociative, and not only that, I can't talk.
Really?
I'm at the back of my head trying to say words, but I'm looking out the eyes of somebody else. And I'm like, oh my God, please say this word. Please say these things. And I'm not able to talk.
Yeah.
Usually, even if I take 1 or 2 hits of weed, I'm not able to talk. However, if I take mushrooms or acid, or those are the 2 psychedelics.
You're very in control.
I'm very in control. I'm usually controlling the group who takes them.
Really?
Recently, I was in Florida, and I was very much responsible for stopping my friend from getting us all arrested taking mushrooms. Really? He had never taken them before. Mm-hmm. I took the same amount as him, and I was the one who had to control him. He was screaming and going crazy, and you know, I feel like me and him bonded, and the person we were with bonded off of that experience, but usually I control the experience when it comes to psychedelics.
Yeah.
Weed, I go fucking crazy.
Which is so interesting because weed is such...
It's the one that everybody does.
When we're talking about psychedelics and weed is so mild. It's like
I wish.
Everybody smokes a little bit of weed sometimes.
I wish I could be like that.
Yeah.
I wish I could just sit down with people and smoke some weed, but I can't.
Well, the interesting thing is I was the same way. Like, I remember, I would describe it like this with weed. It's very interesting. Like, when I first smoked it felt really good.
Hold on.
But, what's up?
Quick break, intermission. I gotta pee.
What do you think? Yeah. Woo! Wait, give me like one thing I should have a monologue on this entire time you're peeing.
What is your opinion on movies nowadays? I don't know why that's it, but that's it.
Okay, go pee. Movies nowadays are cookie cutter. They're bullshit. Movies, the entire way they make a movie nowadays, they're making a movie based off of all the previous movies that they've made. They are taking the dialogue from all popular movies. They're taking everything and there's this cliche, cookie cutter thing. And it's just packaged up. They want to package it up perfectly and just give it to you. And the entire purpose of that is to make a shit ton of money. Movies, there's too much money in movies nowadays. So producers and whatever aren't going to take any risk. They want this script to be bulletproof. They want it to follow this line of thinking and this dialogue and this progression of sequences. They're not willing to take risk anymore. Movies aren't movies anymore. They're not art. They're just this cookie cutter bullshit thing. And every time I watch a movie, I'm able to predict the entire thing. It's like, it's retarded. It's dumb. It's stupid. Movies should be something that's authentic and real and expressive of the human experience, not whatever they are now. It's like too predictable. It's just bullshit. And everybody can feel it in the theater. Everybody can feel it.
Yo, so Bumblebee, terrible movie.
I was just thinking about Bumblebee.
Horrible movie.
Fuck Bumblebee, man.
What did it have, like a 93% on
And
Rotten Tomatoes?
That's what made me so sad, is like the collective group of humans that watched that movie gave it a good rating. And I don't understand why.
Why? Did
cliche.
We watch the same movie?
I don't think we did.
Bro, remember when the girl was bullying her?
Yeah.
And it was the most stereotypical bullying. Like, nobody bullies like that in real life. I would love if people bullied like that in real life. I would find that fucking hilarious. Like, hey, loser. Hey, stupid.
I would be like genuinely surprised. Be like, wait.
Yeah, your mom is dead. Let's tie you to this tree and fucking beat you.
I couldn't even punch the fuck out of the person because I would be so genuinely surprised.
You'd be so shocked.
You're like, wait. Okay, give me just a moment here. I need to process what's happening.
When the girl walks up, I'm spoiling the movie here. Skip 15
Okay,
seconds.
you know what? You know what?
Wait.
You said spoil the movie.
Skip.
The movie's spoiled in itself
Okay.
because it's trash.
Yes, but
Fuck
let's.
that movie.
All right. Right here,
I
skip
said it.
15 seconds ahead if you don't want to hear a spoiler. When the girl walks
Don't.
up to the fucking car with her nails out, and she's like, "Your dad died. Who cares?" It's like, what the fuck? Nobody acts like that.
Nobody would ever say that shit.
Nobody. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's like, really?
And I've heard a lot of dumb things.
That's so stupid, bro. Somebody wrote that into a script.
My eyes just rolled into the back of my head, and I didn't know if they were coming back.
Bro, how great would it be if your eyes were just like just rolled in the back of your head from this point forward? I'm sorry, I saw Bumblebee.
It was just bullshit, man. It was exactly what it described. It's like this cookie cutter thing. Like they took every successful sequence of words from past movies and pasted it. It felt like they just threw it in there. They just jerked it off into a fucking script, and it was just all bullshit.
It was such
all
a bad
bullshit,
movie.
man.
That was a horrible movie. You know what was a great fucking movie, though? Because I don't want to just shit on all modern movies. Spider-Man.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
It was great. It's a great experience.
Straight up art. Straight up art. From the moment it started, from the moment it showed the
so
Sony
engaged.
Interactive Pictures, Sony Pictures, up to the end. After the credits. Did you stay till after the credits?
I don't know. I was really big.
Oh, okay. You were barbecued. Till it stayed after the credits. All of that was not only beautiful to look at, which is totally true. The story was great. The acting was great.
The acting. Isn't that weird? An animated character can be a great actor.
You know what was that?
What does that mean?
It's interesting.
It's
like
very interesting.
You know, the way I've always described acting, because I feel that way also about the new Spider-Man video game.
Really?
Which I played through 24 hours, something like that.
That sounds so fun. Man, I want to do that. Do you own
it? Yeah, I have it right here. We'll set up the TV.
I literally have all day off tomorrow.
It is my favorite. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man games.
Really?
Next to Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, I've played a lot of video games. Anyway.
Well, I'm going to just put this pin out. Need for Speed Underground 2. Greatest game ever. Need for Speed, please remake that shit.
Oh!
Best Need for Speed ever. In fact, that's the only...
Wait a minute, Underground 2? I had
Underground
Need for
2.
Speed Underground.
Underground 2 is better.
I don't think I had Underground 2.
Underground 2 is better in my opinion. It's
really?
a great fucking video game.
Really? What was it?
Need
what
for
console?
Speed Underground 2, you could get a PlayStation, the OG Xbox, PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I'll literally order that shit, bro. Because you can play that on your console, right?
PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
It doesn't have that backwards compatibility.
No way.
Really, that's one of the fucked up things about it.
A PlayStation 4 does not have backwards compatibility.
PlayStation 3 does, I think, but PlayStation 4 does not.
You know what? We're going to need a fact check. Mannequin?
Excuse me, Mannequin. We have a
Is
mannequin.
that true?
Let's just edit in, like, the mannequin.
The fucking photo of the mannequin. She's a beautiful girl.
She's a beautiful woman.
I'd say I'm in love with her.
I'd say if she was a real woman,
Side note.
If she liked me in any way, I would probably fall in love with her.
I would genuinely say that I'm, like, ready to fall in love.
I've done it before.
Me too, absolutely, I have. But I'm like...
And I think I'm through the heartache now to where I can do it again.
What you just said, that you're through the heartache where you can do it again.
Mm-hmm.
My heartache period is very short. It's like the thing ends and I'm like, alright, I got those experiences out of that love, and
the point of love is to almost feel that heartbreak. In a way. There's a Louis C.K. skit on his show. Love is where you feel heartbreak. You know? That's what love is. It's in one of his episodes.
You mean it's part of it? But at the
That's
same
part
time,
of
man,
love is to
I do really think
feel that feeling for
you know.
somebody.
Okay, America really like I don't know if it's America, but like our modern day generation, as far as 20-year-olds, most 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds I talk to, we talk about marriage and they're like, fuck that, bro, fuck that. I don't want to get married, you know? To be honest, I do. Like, I want to find that girl that even if it's fucking hell sometimes, we're just saddling together.
I feel like I haven't been through the trials and tribulations yet, but I feel like I definitely do want that.
I want it too. I want to have kids.
I definitely want that, but I want to wait until I've been through it. Yeah. Until I've been through, it's the same thing as like becoming it's a bad term, but becoming a warrior and anything else. You have to be through trials and tribulations. You have to go through those things. And I want to be through them. I want to.
There's a spectrum of human emotion. There's a spectrum of human emotion. And as a now 21-year-old, I can honestly say that I've been through the toughest heartbreaks, the fucking bitterest losses, and then the highest highs.
Yeah, you and I talked about that last night.
I've experienced the spectrum, and with the understanding of the spectrum of human emotion, I think that's what allows you to understand like love and relationships. And I am not completely opposed to finding the girl, if she's the right girl, somebody who's reasonable and calm and articulate and looks at reality the same way I do. I have no problem with spending my entire life with that girl. Like the cycle of sleeping with a girl and going out and sleeping with a girl just to sleep with a girl, I get it. It's fun, sure, whatever. But at the same time, like I want to experience reality with one person for a long time. Like I think that's a beautiful possibility. And I want to take that possibility while I'm here on Earth. And maybe not for another like 10 years, maybe not for another 5 years, whatever. Maybe we're going to travel a little bit and see the world first. But at the same time, like I do know that one day I want that,
Cycling back, the voice acting in
Spider-Verse,
the Spider-Man game,
fucking great.
In the Spider-Man game,
ooh,
it was so good, and I played through the whole game.
You have it, right?
Yes, I have it. We can play it, bro. We'll play it tomorrow.
Actually, let's play it tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, we'll break out the TV. Anyway, the voice acting is so good. Okay. Voice,
yeah,
bro. And the person I was in the play with recently, he's mainly a voice actor. The voice acting in that game is so good, really, that you believe it to a point that's like, by the end of the game, I swear to God, you're like wide-eyed and you're there. You're there. It's Spider-Man.
Really.
There have been 2 Spider-Man experiences in this last 6 months of my life that have brought me back to my childhood. When I was a kid, when I was a little kid,
yeah,
Spider-Man was my everything. Spider-Man was everything.
This is like maybe connectable, but same thing for me, except it was Crash Bandicoot.
Really?
Crash Bandicoot was my fucking shit. I loved Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot and Halo. Like, Crash
Halo,
Bandicoot,
yeah, you're really into Halo.
Fuck, man.
Halo was great. Not a huge part of my childhood, though. Spider-Man was the biggest. Spider-Man, I had the blankets, I had the comics, really? I had the everything.
Really?
I know everything.
You look like a motherfucker who would have Spider-Man blankets.
That's me, bro. Peter Parker. That's me, dude.
You almost look like a Peter Parker. You know, when they reboot it for the fucking 16th time, maybe you'll
be no problem. But anyway, I love that shit growing up. I had all the games.
Yeah.
I had everything. And there hasn't been a work of Spider-Man that has been good to me since Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man 2, you know what fucking year that was made? It was made forever ago. They made it 10 years ago.
10 years ago might as well be 100 years ago.
And in 1 year, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and the Spider-Man video game
Just
for
pop
PS4
back up out of reality.
pop up. And I think that has partly created what I am now.
Yeah.
I love those pieces
Isn't that
of media.
so interesting? How a piece of
Media.
pop culture, piece of media, a video game, can literally define you.
Yeah.
Like the stoicism, this is going to sound ridiculous,
Go ahead.
but the stoicism of Master Chief in the Halo games, bro. That motherfucker was the most gangster, badass motherfucker. He just fucking, he was always like this, he has his fucking gun, and he's just marching through the game, just go, 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 go. This is the most terrifying shit, and he's just like, oh, I'm Master Chief.
Yeah.
I'm fucking badass.
He's such a badass.
Never scared.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing my duty. And like you take that, and I literally adapted that to part of my psyche. The fucking motherfucker who's marching through the most terrifying aliens. I'm marching through terrifying situations in life, and I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a.
You played some
I'm
video
keeping
games
my
when you were a
shoulders
little
back.
kid. Therefore, you embody that character. It's
Yeah,
weird.
absolutely.
I'm sure it's the same thing that our parents did. But it was a different form of media. Maybe it was books. With our grandparents, maybe it was books. With our parents, it was television. With our grandparents, it was books. But they did the exact same thing that we did. They embodied a form of media, right? So our grandparents, my grandfather, he probably, whatever the book was at the time, I don't even know. I haven't heard it from my grandfather. But my dad, he followed The Godfather. That was his form of television.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure within that time, from him to me, it was a form of maybe movie. But to me, it's comics and video games and movies. All of those things have created the person that I am now, and so many other things, of course. But those things almost influence you. You hear the story of a hero, and you start to embody that hero.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm skinny. And I'm in the form I am probably because of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. Which is crazy that this one person, by the way, Stan Lee dying recently, I really wanted to meet him.
He's a legend.
This thing has partly created what I am as a person.
Uh-huh.
You know? And finally, I've reached the point where I'm incoherently drunk.
Incoherent. We're very. What is the definition of coherent?
Understanding.
I feel like I could understand anybody right now.
I feel like I've reached the point where I'm past the point of understanding.
I'd say I'm to the point of understanding. Because like you look in the eyes of anybody and be like, hello, how are you? And just launch into some shit.
So, let's bring it down. Let's bring it back down.
Take a nice hit of air. Take a nice hit of oxygen that's still legal in the States.
The government is closed down.
That's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
The government
The entire government
is shut.
By the way, 800,000 members. That's almost, what is that? We have 300 million people. That's almost 1/3 of
1/300th?
one third of 1/300th of our entire population right now
Is that a word?
is unemployed.
Unemployed. I mean, not unemployed, but...
Not unemployed, doing their work, but not receiving paychecks. Which means, if this continues going, like Donald Trump says, past a month, past a year...
The balls.
No, he's such a fucking anime... He's an anime villain, bro.
It doesn't fucking feel real, man. What kind of motherfucker? What kind, like, you put your shoulders back.
Let's make something very obvious.
Okay.
The longest that the government has ever been shut down has been 21 days.
Yeah.
21
We're
days.
18.
Which means if we're shut down for longer than that, people will lose their paychecks.
Well,
People will not show up for PSA jobs at airports. They're the ones who receive those paychecks. Post office things. All of those things will no longer exist. And Donald Trump, he says that he will no longer fund these things until he gets his amount for the wall that he wants to build. I'm messing up on my words because I'm drunk.
Sorry, man.
But
that was weird.
If he doesn't get those things, then we'll be shut down for a very long time. Which means that this state will go into a form of anarchy. PSA members will no longer be paid. People who work any government position will no longer be paid. Therefore, they will quit and get another job. Which means, I don't know what it means. That's the thing, is we don't know what it means. If he actually keeps this shit shut down until he gets his pay, what happens? What happens to us?
Yeah. Fucking knows what. I'm here for the experience, man. And whether the experience is fucking bad or good, I'm here for it. Like, the connotations that the word bad or good usually provide, I would say I unsubscribe from those. Like, I don't mind shitty experience, because I think the shitty experience is more real and more profound than just all good experience. Like, say if I got exactly what a white girl named Ashley wanted. where you're just going to Athens, Italy, and Paris, and you're eating brunch. And you
white girl named what?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Like, I wouldn't want that. I want to experience this shit. I want to experience the dumps. Like, I want to experience everything, and I want to experience the entire spectrum of human emotion, and that includes the fucking shittiness. Like, it's something, it's real, it's so fucking real. It's more real than, anything. Fucking where you're like staring up at your ceiling and you're broke, and one of my most vivid memories, bro, is when I was fucking 16. I ran away, and I needed to pay a bill, and I had this fucking Moto X cell phone, and I had looked at my bank account, and I did not have enough money to pay the bill. And I said, fuck! And I was crying on the fucking couch that I was crashing on. I threw my cell phone against the fucking wall. When I was like 16, like did not have control of my emotions. That's one of my most vivid memories of just not being able to pay a fucking bill, and I was just like, fuck, I thought my life was over because I couldn't pay a fucking bill, but in all reality, it doesn't really fucking matter when you can't pay a bill. They just tell you to pay the bill. They're like, pay the bill, and you're like, I can't. Like, oh. I remember being so fucking worked up over that shit. But it was just, it's such an early memory of mine, being so stressed about money.
Mm-hmm. Debt collectors, people who want to collect the money that you owe, will act they will act in a way that makes you want to pay as immediately as possible. However, they will also show to you the courtesy that exists so that they can at least make money. Right? So they will make you stress over money that you owe in the immediate.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. You stress for a month. And then they go, oh, actually, you know what? Fine. As long as you give this to me, you give it to me in 2 months. And I know this well from debt collectors. As long as you keep a negotiation with them, they will stay okay with you over a certain amount of time. You know?
Forever. You're good.
Yeah, forever.
Don't even people stressing over debt, man. The worst that could happen is you don't pay your debt. For them, that's the worst.
Yeah.
So if you just keep up man, I'm working on it right now. I'm just gotta get this thing, and I'm doing this thing, and then maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck.
What are we at time-wise?
Shanghai. Shanghai. I want to go to Shanghai. Shanghai is everything that I want right now. The culture there, the fucking city is crazy there. You like New York, right?
Love New York.
You love New York, right? How many miles?
New York. Yeah. Think Frank Sinatra. Yeah.
New York.
New York. Yeah, that shit.
How big is New York?
How big is New York? It's very small in comparison to like Los Angeles, for instance.
Alright, we're just gonna look this up really quick.
How big is New York?
How incoherently drunk, bro, I just realized.
Me too.
Is New York City. Alright, so New York City is 302 miles. 8.6 million people.
It's a big place.
302 million miles.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, 302 miles, not 302 million. 302 miles for 8.6 million people. Alright, so now we're going to type in Shanghai. Shanghai. So Shanghai has 24 million people.
You're very interested in Shanghai.
24 million people for 2,000 miles. So Shanghai is way fucking big. Shanghai is like the big New York, man. Like, I don't know why people aren't tripping out about Shanghai, but Shanghai looks crazy to me.
Shanghai's insane.
Right.
Like, I need to go to Shanghai, and I
Okay.
will live in Shanghai for as long as I can.
Okay, so
Really?
Shanghai is a spiritual capital. That's
Spiritual?
another thing that you need to realize.
So
Shanghai,
spiritual.
yes. Shanghai, I saw the video that you showed me earlier, and there's a lot of festivals there. Yeah, but it's also a spiritual capital. There's a lot of beautiful forestry and so on. Like Bali, for instance, is a spiritual capital
Definitely.
of India. Therefore, you have to go there not with just the intention of spearing, of feeling spiritual enlightenment, but also feeling just in the time that you're there. It's hard to explain. You have to go there with the idea that you want to just be spiritually fine. Not just, because the thing that you showed me.
What is spiritual? Spiritually.
You
There's
need to be able to relax.
There's a word tossed around a lot.
Okay, fine. You need to be able to relax. You need to be okay with relaxing. Something that you showed me earlier was a compilation of people who were not relaxing. And okay, you can feel that. But you need to be okay with sitting back with
What
feeling what it is
is-
you're sitting with.
I like this. What is relaxing?
Allowing things to happen in front of you, I guess.
This is dropping of everything. You have your fucking life, you have job stresses and money stresses, and you have the goals out in the future, and they're turned around and they're looking at you and they're like, what are you doing to get to me? What are you doing? What are you doing to get to me? You should be here now. Fuck you. And relaxing is that Sunday morning where you're like, fuck off. Goals. Fuck off everything. I'm just here. I'm being, and my being is enough. That state of relaxation is the being. That being is enough.
How amazing is a Saturday? A Saturday in your being. Not Saturday
I'd say Sunday.
as in...
Sunday is from...
Yeah,
Sunday
I'm not
is
saying Saturday as in, like, the actual day Saturday.
the idea.
Saturday as in the day before you have a day off. Like, the day that you have off before the day that you have off. How amazing is that day?
Really interesting, right? Because the day you have off before the day you have off is like laundry, this, that, boom, 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 boom. Gotta get fucking clean the house, fuck, catch up on everything. And then Sunday, it's like Sunday hits and it's jazz music. You're high in the shower, like you're just.
For me, it's the opposite. As I was growing up, anyway, Saturday was always a day of, oh my God, let go, let go, let yourself feel the feelings that you feel right now, so on, so forth, blah, 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 blah. You take care of it, you feel that stuff right now. And then Sunday was the day I would do everything until Monday. And then Monday, right back to school. Let's talk about school. School. Let's talk about education. Monday to Friday education.
Education.
How did you come up? Did you come up in Monday to Friday education?
My experience was very interesting. I was homeschooled up until sophomore year.
Right.
So, my mom taught me everything I know. And my mom is a wonderful lady. She's a beautiful, wonderful lady. And I'm coming around to this realization of how fucking sick she is. She decided to homeschool us with a fucking GED under her belt. She read to us as kids, read to us fucking great novels. And I would attribute all of my artistic abilities to the experiences she provided me as a kid. Like, I'm interested in architecture, writing, and visuals. And she definitely provided the space for those things. I'm infinitely grateful for that. But my growing up was very interesting in the fact that I don't remember her being incredibly engaged while I was being homeschooled. Like, it was more like, here are these books, here are these programs, and it is your job to complete them. And while some people may categorize that as negative, like this idea of like somebody not guiding you through education, I see it as incredibly positive because I was a kid who was entrusted with the ability to educate myself. And so I'm going through this mathematical programming. I know that I have to do one lesson a day, and I do that lesson from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then after that, I go to this artistic program on my computer, and I'm learning about art. And it still factors into how I operate as a human to this day, because I wake up and I'm like, all right, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., it's coffee time, it's me time. I sit here and I think about the thoughts that I want to think about. And then after that, it's artistic time. And then after that, it's, a walk. and I observe reality, and I look at the sky, and whatever. And after that, maybe a little bit more writing, a little bit more art. And in fact, is like that directly takes me back to when I was homeschooled as a kid. It's like, all right, 8 a.m., like, I have my breakfast and my little whatever, my hot chocolate, and I'm sitting outside and I'm watching the sunrise as a kid. And then after that, I go and I do my math program and I knock everything out that I need to knock out. And I was personally responsible for my education. I was the one who educated myself. I realized that education and knowledge, it comes from my determination and my seeking of the said knowledge. It doesn't come from a teacher. I am the teacher of myself, and that is what I'm so appreciative of in this reality, because I know that I can teach myself anything because of that, those circumstances that I was put in. And then after that, once I did that till I was, quote unquote, a sophomore in high school, I forged all the documents I needed to. I fucking hopped on Photoshop. I said that I had done French and sign language, and I got myself a 4.0 GPA, and then I turned that into the high school, and they took it, and I hopped into high school, and in high school, they told me what I needed to know for reality. High school has the responsibility of equipping a young mind with the things that they need to survive in reality. And the tragedy I realized of high school, of that education, is they are so severely, tragically, incoherently responsible for equipping these young people for reality when they do no such thing. They give us information to struggle with reality, and it doesn't fucking jump over to actual reality. It's this knowledge that doesn't. Some of it is useful, but the majority of it is just bullshit. And I had this realization as a kid, as a sophomore, going to this high school in the middle of Montana. Like, this is bullshit. This is all bullshit. This is the system, quote unquote, the system that is supposed to equip me for life, but it is not equipping me for actual real life. I was very aware of that. And then when I jumped out to Sacramento, California, I was going to this ghetto high school, in the middle class high school, and rich high school. All of those high schools, they did not equip me for reality. They did not equip me with what we call street smarts. Luckily, though, when I had run away as a 16-year-old, I had already had street smarts, and so I was able to survive on my own. And I still, to this day, do not use the education that was provided me as while I was growing up, but I use the street smarts, the inherent survival, the analyzation of reality.
Another quick restroom break.
You've been thinking about this entire time.
Dunga, a gunga dunga, a dunga chunga, a googa dooga.
My little brother texted me. He said, "Hey man, just wanted to wish you a great 21st before you go out and have too much fun." He's so fucking. My little brother, I cannot describe how much I fucking love that kid. I do not think I could love anybody more on this planet. Period. It's fucking wonderful.
Dunga, a gunga dunga, a dunga chunga, a googa dooga.
Okay, cut the intermission. Here we are. Jesse. You fuck.
Hello.
Hello. So here we are at the point where
We're
we are
here.
absolutely incoherently drunk.
Okay, I mean, we're not incoherent. Incoherent means you can't fucking talk or speak, whatever.
We're very drunk. I'm not in a rolling chair, so I can't do that shit. But
talk to me.
Let's talk about
Okay.
news. Let's talk about
News.
current events. I don't know anything other than Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, he's trying to build a wall. He shut down the government so he can build this fucking wall.
Yes.
Big dick energy, bro.
Bro,
holy
he's got
shit.
such big dick energy. It's
He's
ridiculous.
Like 800,000 people, they can all not have the jobs so I can build this
He
fucking
shows up, he's like,
wall.
800,000, listen, shut up, you and your 15 people, it doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't care, bro. 800,000 people, that's almost a third of 1/100th of our population is going unemployed.
Insanity.
Until he gets funding for his wall. That, to me, is insane.
That is insane.
That's insane. Bro, what if he
What is
actually
insane?
keeps it down until the next paycheck? And then the next paycheck. And then the next paycheck.
It's like, what are you guys gonna do?
The longest that the government has ever been shut down is 21 days. It's already been like, what, 18?
I think he's gonna set a new record.
I think he's going to set a new
I think
record.
he wants to set a new record.
He wants to keep the government unemployed, which means no more PSA, no more none of that shit, and we will be
TSA.
in anarchy. PSA. What is it?
PSA is public service. No more public service announcements.
Whatever it is.
Fuck.
No more people at airports. No more people doing any government position. And that is fucked up for us, man.
Definitely.
I'm just waiting for this to happen so that I can move out of America. I want to leave. I just want to wait for all of this shit to happen.
Let's just fucking move out.
Let's just move. Let's go to Europe. Like, as soon as this shit happens.
Let's move to France.
As soon as the shit hits the fan. As soon as the shit hits the fan.
Okay.
Let's go
Pause.
to France.
Bubble. Boop. Did anybody ever throw shit at fans? Like,
What
where
do
did
you
that saying come from? Like, where
What do you mean?
the shit hit the fan? Like, did anybody
I think
just,
what that means, literally, is that whatever it is that's bad kind of hit and it went everywhere.
and affected everything.
Everything.
Which is
totally what this government shutdown is.
yes.
If this government shutdown
Let's
lasts,
see what
bro,
happens.
you and I, we're going.
Mad Max. I mean, if we stay here, it's Mad Max.
If we stay here, it's Mad Max.
Everything has become a desert.
I'm trying to leave.
Everybody's gonna be on motorcycles, naked.
Everyone's going to be on motorcycles naked.
Give it another fucking 3 weeks, bro. I'm just gonna be on motorcycles naked. The whole thing is gonna be a desert. No more greenery.
Definitely.
Everything's gonna die. Everything's gonna be on motorcycles naked with spears.
It's going to be one big desert.
One giant. What's the festival every year, right after summertime?
Burning Man.
Burning Man. It's gonna be a giant Burning Man. For who
How
knows
fucking
long.
crazy would
That
that
would
be?
be fucking awesome.
One giant
I
Burning
would
Man.
be here for that.
I've never been to Burning Man.
Do you want to go this year?
Let's go.
Period. Done.
When is it? When does it happen?
Done. What?
I just signed my life away to some shit I don't even know about.
Burning Man sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, but like, what is it? You need to pack thousands of dollars
I'm
of
so-
supplies. Huh?
I'm so drunk.
Yeah, me too. I've been drunk.
Been done drunk. Man.
I've been done drunk.
I love reality. I love life. I love life.
Yes,
I love being alive.
absolutely.
It's great. It's fucking sick, man. I fucking just love the shit out of it.
Uh-huh.
I cannot be. I'm just so grateful for the just existence. I wake up every morning. I'm like, fuck yes, this is sick. I woke up from a nap today.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm alive.
That's true.
I looked at that painting, and I was like, that's a painting that somebody else drew, and I
We
want
should crop that painting into the.
I will.
Yeah.
Done.
Done.
Mannequin painting. Like, this entire apartment is furnished with stuff that we basically found for free, except for that painting. That painting I'm gonna keep for the rest of my life, but it's all stuff.
But
that we
still,
found for
this
free.
apartment is furnished with things that we found.
We found. Literally, me and Xander Kai is, one of my best friends. He's a fucking beautiful human being.
Mm.
Yeah, and we'll have him on the podcast soon so you guys can be introduced. You guys, meaning whoever the fuck is listening to this. Yeah, we drove around the fucking city with the intent to find shit for this apartment. We found a fucking couch, a painting.
One of the
A
couches,
map.
I bought one of the couches.
Yeah, but I mean, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't have.
Fuck, you probably feel really bad about that because
That's a fucking $1,200 couch.
my free couch that I found.
Is better couch,
It's
and it
a
was
better
free.
couch.
It's
It's
better
so comfortable.
couch. It's so comfortable.
You would rather sleep on my free couch than
Absolutely.
your $1,200
Can I
couch.
please sleep
No.
there?
I love sleeping on that shit, bro. I wake up so refreshed. I'm like, let's go. And you're like, oh, my back hurts. From your fucking $1,200 couch.
Whatever, it's your birthday.
It is.
You know?
That's really
Fine.
weird. That's really weird. I can legally order a drink now. 6 hours ago. 12 hours.
Think about that. Where we are right now in life, you can legally do this wherever you
I
want.
can legally walk up and be like, they're like, you're good to go. You are no.
You can legally do what we're doing right now, where we are in the plane of existence.
We're talking.
Whenever
It's
you
fucking
want.
stupid.
Why? Why
Stupid.
all at once? All
Why?
at once? Why can't I
12
order...
hours ago, no.
Yeah.
Now,
Why can't I order one beer?
now it's fine. They're
Why
like,
can't I
you're
order...
good to go.
Yeah, why
Stupid
can't
rule.
I order
Dumb
one
rule.
beer
Dumb
at
rule.
16? Maybe 2 martinis at 18.
21. Who decided
21.
that? Who
21.
decided that? Who
They just
decided
go,
that?
go ahead.
They're like 21. All right. So you rotate around the fucking sun.
Not only
365
that, bro,
days,
but
21 times. That is the exact time it is okay for you to drink.
I don't want
Before
to.
that,
I don't want to make this
don't do
too
it.
obvious.
Okay, talk to me.
However, there was somebody in our life who was making it impossible or very difficult for you to buy drinks 4 hours, 5 hours, maybe
5 hours
before you turned 21. Who was making it impossible for you to buy drinks 5 hours
Okay.
before you turn 21.
So-
However, you turn 21, and you can get shit-faced. You can buy tequila.
Obliterated.
Literally.
I can go to an alcohol store right now and buy. I'll be like, I want all of it.
Yeah.
Put it on my card.
You can literally say, dude, let's order this wine and wait until 12 o'clock and go,
Now I can drink it.
now let's go
Which-
ahead.
Fucking
Why?
stupid.
It's the dumbest fucking thing ever. Why all at once? Why?
Dumb
It's
rule.
not like
A
driving.
dumb rule.
Driving, I understand. Driving, you get
Sure.
16. You learn a certain amount, you get your driver's license, fine. But alcohol, you
don't
can just
learn how
get
to
all of
operate.
it out of
Nobody sent me an instruction
Nowhere?
case. Nobody sent me instructions how to be drunk.
It's
They're
insane.
like, I turned 21. They're like, go for it, dude.
Yeah.
No instructions on how to operate while I'm in this state, inebriated.
Yeah.
They're like, you're just good to go.
You learn on your own.
Which is everything. Hey man, well, I want you to do a monologue on penguins because I'm about to pee.
Penguins are fat animals. They're fat. And they don't really care much for skinny animals. Which is why I don't really care for them. Yeah, they're cute. Who cares? They're fat. And they're animals, and they only care for skinny animals. Which means that they just sit alone in isolation. Fine. They sit with other, penguins? All penguins do is slide and chill. Which, okay, maybe you could argue that's all we do. But I don't think that's inherently true. I think we at least have conversations with each other that are meaningful, like our conversation tonight about anything. Whereas penguins, all they do is waddle. They sit down and they waddle and they make noises. And none of it is coherent. And all they do, all their function in life is to slide around. Which is why I think the movie Happy Feet is an important movie. Hello, my friends.
Was it a good monologue?
It was good. It was very good.
I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah. So, how long have we been at this?
What? We're at an hour and 29. What time is it? 12.
It's probably time that we wrap it up because I'm incoherently drunk. Oh, I have 21st money.
Happy birthday to me.
Good night.